Hey YouTube, Scarecrow Kaiser here, doing a deck profile for one of the decks I experimented on for the new format. It's not going to be a top tier deck, can't compete with like Rabbit and Windups and Zectors, but still pretty good, pretty fun deck. If you make it, because you can't afford like anything else, which I don't think the affording part will be part of this once you see the deck, is it's still a pretty good deck. You could still take it and you could probably still do pretty good things with it. But I wouldn't expect you to see it like winning YCSs and stuff. It's zombies. Get started. Triple goblin zombie. You could get away with 2, but I like the 3 with the double torrential. Being able to torrential when you have this guy out in search is one of my favorite parts of the deck, and this card getting any zombie, just a Sangan, no good. 2 zombie masters. Get it with the goblin, get your synchros and your swarms off and your exceeds, and yeah. Plague spreader, Mizuki, Reaper. This would be the end of the zombies here. There's no turtle, no, whatever his name is, the guy whose attack is equal to half the opponent's life. Those cards didn't flow as well as this deck did, as the rest of this stuff did. Just sticking to the swarm synchro to it. I wanted to play those cards, it just didn't pan out. Psychic Engine, 1 Krebins, 1 Commander. There are 2 teleports in here with only 2 targets, but it hasn't been a problem whatsoever. You really don't need them more. You can always put one back with Plague Spreader or another card you'll see in a minute, but you don't usually need it, and if you ever did, you could put them back so you could teleport a target. 3 tour guides. Yeah, expensive card, I know. But Lavier is too good not to run it in this deck. 1 tour bus, one of the ways you can put back teleport targets. Sangan, obviously. Dark Arm. And the hand traps. Maxis. And 2 Valor. I don't have Gores in here. I could have played them. I just didn't. But you could definitely put them in. Yeah, pretty much in this format, this amazingly good format of skill, you have to be able to stop your opponent before you get your turn, because for all you know, you could be fucked before you even get your turn. Spells, 2 teleports for your Krebins and Commander. You summon Goblin Zombie, bring out your tuner, and get started. 1 Book of Life, very good card. Moving stuff from grave and summoning guys, really good. I wish I could find room to play more. Alert of Darkness, Burial. Burial didn't put in at first because I didn't think it was that necessary, but when you go to make your plays, like you remove your Mizuki or summon Plague and your opponent has a Maxi or a Valor, it kind of stops your play. It really, it definitely stops you, because you're going to special a lot, and if they Valor your guy and things, you're just screwed, and you kind of need this card to get those cards back in grave so you still have the ability to make a second big push. 1 Foolish, 1 Mind Control, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Heavy Storm, double MST, and Monster Reborn. That's it for spells, traps. Main deck, 2 Debunk. Since we're in this format, and almost every deck plays hand traps like Valor Maxi, and those cards stop this deck hardcore, main decking this card has proved very, very good. Solemn Brigade, Solemn, Torrential, double torrential, is part of the reason I wanted to play this deck, because Torrential Tribute Goblin Zombie plays too good. Exceeds, Utopia, just 1 rank 4. You can easily make it because of Zombie Master, but you really don't need it that often, so you don't make it that often. And the rest are like grade 3, obviously. Acid Golem, Lavier, Giga Brilliant, Zenmaines, and Leviathan. Synchros. 1 Librarian. He's not that required, but there are times where you can, like, you have a tour guide, can't talk, tour guide, a teleport, or a plague, and you can make a level 5, and you know you're going to do other synchros along the way, so making him and getting those extra pluses is pretty good sometimes. Catastor. 1 Orient Dragon. This deck mostly makes level 6s, and even though synchros are kind of on the way out, against stuff like Samurai, being able to just flat out eat their synchros good. Rio, obviously the main like synchro of the deck, makes everything go off and you win because you synchro, search, pitch, bounce, summon. Yeah. 1 Black Rose. Somehow Black Rose got ahead of the other level 6. Revive King Hades. Really good, obviously. Hit your cards, negate it. Another level 6 you need. Stardust. Scrap Dragon. And lastly, Mistworm. This card's overpriced right now and not that good. Like, I could definitely see good argument for taking it out, but I have it in there because sometimes I actually do want it. Like, there's a Zenmaines, and I can make a level 6, or not level 6, level 9, instead of level 6, and just kill it. I just mentioned a couple things, or other cards I want to try, like Caius, Swap. But speaking of which, actually, in playtesting with the deck, got to swap a Acid Golem once. It was pretty badass. And Call the Haunted. These cards didn't work out like I wanted them to. And that's it.